Hello, I'm Memphis Mayor Paul Young. As you know, music is always happening in our city. Not sometimes, but 365 days a year. From blues to hip-hop, soul to indie rock, from church choirs to DJ sets, Memphis is home to it all. We launched Memphis Music Live 365 to celebrate the creatives, venues, and the culture makers who fuel the live music industry in our city. Check out this month's music moment.
My name is Natalie Wilson. I'm the executive director for the Overton Park Shell, and my mission is to build community through the power of the performing arts.
Hi, I'm MaryLynn Mack. I'm the executive director of Memphis Botanic Garden, and we bring music, art, and nature together for the community. So I think we're just going to have a conversation, Natalie.
Yes.
How are you today?
Good.
We go way back with my whopping 2 years here in Memphis.
Yes.
And, you know, we have much, much more in common than different.
We do.
And so I thought I'd just ask you a couple questions. I hope you do the same with me, and we can let Memphis get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the first one is one of my favorites, actually. Why do you think Memphis is such a great city to enjoy live music outdoors?
Well, when you think about the history of Memphis as a center of the South, you see that Memphis is also really the center of worldwide music. Mm-hmm. So when you think about the history of music through the over 10 major labels that are here in studios, you look at the history of some of the most iconic musicians of our time have played in Memphis and got their start in Memphis, you see that Memphis is a thriving ecosystem for the music and the performing arts. So we are this place to do all types of things and out of the box that other states and other places and cities do not even think about that we do here every day.
I agree. I mean, we have so much to be proud of.
We do.
I think we need to brag on ourselves a little bit more about this is where so much got started.
Right.
And I think where we're the most lucky is we have these amazing outdoor venues because, you know, running a garden, I can brag on the outside too. I mean, we can grow just about anything in Memphis. And so to have these spaces that you can be out in nature and listen to music at the same time it makes me feel very lucky.
Great.
What's your favorite part about what your organization does?
Well, I think two things I love is I love history. I'm a history nut. So I love to look at what a history of this place has done in 90 years.
90?
90 years
Okay.
This year, through decades of music and different, not just music, theater and operetta and all types of activations, that this is a thriving green space that happens to have a venue in it. So we're a 342-acre Overton Park. We happen to have an outdoor amphitheater nestled in its center. So to me, that's just the uniqueness of it, that you have this beautiful park, nestled a beautiful stage, you have art museums, you have a beautiful zoo, and you have all this opportunity that's mostly free of charge right here in our urban core.
I love that you said opportunity because I tell that to my staff all the time. We have 96 acres of opportunity, bringing in art, but, you know, we can't forget the music. I'm so lucky that we have the live amphitheater.
Yeah.
My other colleagues in the garden world are blown away because the live amphitheater is the largest amphitheater out of the 700 gardens in the United States. Wow. It's the only one of its kind. And so we're really able to do a lot for music in Memphis in an outdoor space. It's pretty cool.
And I love that, again, thinking about opportunity, thinking outside that the Botanic Gardens thought outside of its box and said, what if we did more? What if we combined, as you said, nature and music and that complement, and that we could bring thousands of people together with world-class music in a space that is beautiful, that is special, that is unifying. I just think it's so neat. And I think it's a compliment that Overton Park Shell has with you of seeing that we're both green spaces.
Exactly.
We happen to have these thriving amphitheaters in our spaces.
You know, and it's connecting green space and nature to people. A lot of folks are not going to necessarily say, oh, I want to go outside or I want to go to the garden.
Right.
But when you have that connector that Memphis has of music, of live music, you're going to get them out in these spaces. And it takes music, as far as I'm concerned, to a whole other level.
Totally agree.
So we're going to talk about the fact that we're both nonprofits too.
Right.
Because I mean, sometimes I don't think people understand what that means or how important it is
Right.
to the community at large. Why do you think nonprofit live music venues are important for the community of Memphis?
Well, I believe in access and everything that I do in building community, that although people may see us as a music venue, really and truly, we're here to build community. We just happen to use music. So to me, as a nonprofit venue, it opens the world for access. It's to say, if you want to come and you have limited access with transportation or our funding to come, that we aren't made out of ticketed shows. We're not made out of a revenue stream that requires you to come in and you have to pay a certain amount. It is access intentionally that can make it at anyone's level. So if someone wants to contribute and they can at their means, we are grateful for it, and we need it as a nonprofit. But also those who say, I don't have the funding, but I want to come so badly. Oh, absolutely, it's free for you. Everyone can come where they are. We meet people where they are. And I think that's the story of equity. You know, equitable access is we meet people where they are. We don't put anyone in a box, and we say, let us bring you our programming. Let's build community however you can be with us. And we want to be there for you and have an experience that fits you.
I love that about the Shell. My situation is a little bit different because, you know, we do sell lawn tickets to our shows. But what I like to connect is we are a nonprofit. Live at the Garden is our music venue within the garden.
Absolutely.
And every ticket sold feeds our mission.
Right.
And so I love to be able to tell people sometimes for the first time, they may be buying that ticket to come see John Legend, but what they're doing is providing access for all of our school kids to come and have our environmental education, have our tours, get folks in the door that might not otherwise be able to do so, helps feed our membership program. So, you know, you're giving back. You are a philanthropist every time you buy a ticket to come see a show.
Well, and that's an important story too. As nonprofits, we have to be sustainable businesses. We have to sustain the missions that we're given, so that we have to have fundraising events. We have to have tickets. We've got to have revenue streams so that we can make the access to these free programming that is so vital to who we are, spaces. So yes, absolutely, you have to. But you also have hundreds of days of free access and programming that is powered by people coming and buying a ticket. I love that.
And, you know, my team and I really feel really strongly about making that ticket as affordable as possible. That's why you're still going to be able to bring your food in. You can still bring, you know, your beverages in if you want to, because some of these bigger venues, by the time you buy your ticket and you're paying for a sandwich and you're getting your drinks, it is pretty expensive. So we want to be sure that we push very hard to be sure that you can have a good time and a good experience and make it an affordable situation. Because you know what? Music belongs to everybody. And we just want to be sure that we can provide that.
That's right. Exactly. So I'm going to ask a couple questions of you too. What is something you wish people knew about running an outdoor venue as a nonprofit arts organization? So what is something that people may not know?
Gosh, and you know what I'm going to say, Natalie? The weather, the weather, the weather. We live and die by the weather. You know, we had an unfortunate situation just recently where one of our concerts got rained out. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Nature can be wonderful and not so wonderful. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. Right. Because despite the rain, and you know, we are going to make sure that we continue to put on a robust concert season. We're working on things right now. There's nothing like being outside when you are looking at that stage and the backdrop are our amazing mighty oaks of Memphis, the sky, the stars. You know, something about listening to your favorite band outside that is like nothing other. So you know what, we will take a little bit of rain sometimes if we have to.
Right. And for me, with El Nino and the changing weather patterns, we're seeing, especially in the summertime, more and more wetter conditions. So I'm very fortunate to have indoor venues that partner with us that make our programming possible, ability to go inside when they don't have a program of their own, and they open their doors to allowing the Shell to bring our music from all over the world and still have an experience, even though it may not be on our lawn. It also supports other venues in their food and beverage sales. When they don't have programming, we can support our independent venues that are struggling in Memphis. It's a truth of what some of our venues are feeling post-pandemic. So it's a full circle moment of, yes, it's our programming, keeping our series alive, but also supporting our partners in the city. We're not cannibalizing each other here. We want to be an ecosystem of collaboration.
I'm so glad you said that because it takes a village.
Yeah, we have to do it together.
And I look around at the food truck vendors that we're able to support. I mean, it's an army to put on a show, and I have to tell you, and that is a job that so many people have that make the magic happen.
Right.
And, we collaborate with other arts and culture institutions too. We share information about what the other's doing. That's Memphis, though. Like I say, I'll be here 2 years in August, and I have never been in a more authentic city where we all take care of each other.
It's true. The most philanthropic city I've ever seen, the most open and hospitable, kind to each other. And we have a challenge, we have a problem, we work together, especially all of us nonprofits. And then, so our public spaces too, just like, how can we support what you're going through? Is there something out of our box that we can do together? Is there an ability for us to collaborate and bring something new? It's neat to be able to do that together.
We are stronger together.
We are. So are there any exciting thoughts about Memphis's live music scene coming this year, or maybe something that you have that people don't know that you would like to share?
Well, I like to take an opportunity any chance I get to brag on my new city. I know I can never claim to be a Memphian, but I'm claiming Memphis, if that makes sense. Music is in our DNA here, and it's like no other city. When I talk to my other colleagues at other public gardens around the United States, they are astounded by the fact that music is the big unifier here. I can go anywhere and listen to music, and you look around the room, and it's generational, it's ethnic differences, it's racial differences. Everyone's in there enjoying one thing and loving that together. And so I'm so excited that we're able to bring in different genres of music. We try really hard to get our country acts in. We've got our rock acts. So we've got an exciting lineup this year. Little Big Town will be here July 16th. So that's our country. And then for the rockers, we got Deep Purple and Kansas coming in August 6th. One of my favorites, John Legend, will be here August 14th. And then we're going to have a party in September on the 18th with Miss Patti LaBelle and Kool and the Gang.
It's going to be amazing.
So, I'm just looking forward to everybody being out there celebrating together. Because like I say, you can't be Memphis without music.
No.
What about you? What's the Shell got going on?
Well, I mentioned earlier that we're 90 years old this year.
We're 75, so you're my big sister.
Oh, exactly.
All right.
I love it. So it's a big story around, again, history of access of music. The beginning roots of music in Memphis has been so center of, not just here, but we're really celebrating the centerpiece of Memphis music. But also, we're going to have programming from around the world this fall. We'll finish next weekend for what are considered our summer season, and then the fall season kicks off with the exciting recreation of the Metal Museum coming into Overton Park, taking over the old what's called Rust Hall, the Memphis College of Arts building. Now it's the reclaimed Metal Museum, which is the most unbelievable space. So we will kick off our season with the grand opening of the Metal Museum. And that'll be on Labor Day weekend. And then we go right into through mid-October, every weekend, Thursday through many Sundays of free access programming. And then we have some ticketed shows too. We've got the legendary Indigo Girls that will be September 29th. And then we will have a 4-day celebration of our history. We call it the Shellebration. And that is September 10th through the 13th on our historic birthday weekend. And Mayor Overton in 1936 proclaimed this shell as the center of Memphis music. We will proclaim it with Mayor Young another 90 years as that same proclamation that was in 1936. So we'll create that on September 13th. So that just the fall is around the city. I think there's so many you said your 75th. We talk about all these different anniversary and big celebrations of cultural icons that have big birthdays this year. That's a celebration in itself. We're going to celebrate all through our city. And I'm going to be celebrating a lot of our partnerships like Opera Memphis and Heidi Theater and those who are also celebrating.
Well, I'm going to come out and celebrate with you.
Honor you too.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let the music play because we have a lot to be thankful for.
We do.
It's so good talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
As you can see, live music opportunities are happening every day and all around the city. Be sure to check out Memphis's world-class music scene this month. And on behalf of the entire city of Memphis, we look forward to seeing you at a live music venue soon.